Had I known how easy baby food was to make, I probably would have made it for my kids a lot when they were little. But I'm going to show you a super simple recipe with apples and avocados that are perfect for babies. The first thing you need to do is you need to clean your apple and then go ahead and core it and peel it. I'm just cutting off the top and the bottom, and then I'm using a vegetable peeler to peel the remaining sides of it. So make sure you get all of that peel off so your baby doesn't choke on it when it gets mixed into the puree. If your avocado is not ripe enough, if it's still really hard, go ahead and put it in a brown paper bag for a day or two on top of your refrigerator, and it'll ripen up just nice. Alright, so we've got the peel off. Now we're going to take the core out. After we're done with this, we're just going to thinly slice the apple into a bowl of with about 3 or 4 tablespoons of water in it. So you can go ahead and stop your video, slice your apple into the bowl with water, then cover it with plastic wrap and put it in the microwave for 5 to 6 minutes until they're soft. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel and slice my avocado up. Your avocado should be fairly soft. It'll make it much easier to puree. So the first thing that you need to do, if you've never peeled an avocado before, is to cut around the avocado lengthwise, like so, and then just go ahead and twist it off, and I'll separate into 2 halves. To take the seed out, all you need to do is take your knife and whack it into the seed, give it a little twist, and it'll pop right out. So that's very easy. Then the next thing we do is we're going to keep it in its shell and slice it, and then I'm going to give it a quarter turn and slice it again this way. Because I'm making my apple avocado baby food in a food processor, my pieces need to be a little bit smaller. If you're doing it in a blender, you might not need it as small. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and slice them both ways on both halves. I'm going to put my apples in first because they're a little bit chunkier. Even though they're soft, I want to make sure that they get mixed in really well using the blade on my food processor. So I'm going to put those in first, and I'm going to chop them up a little bit before I even put the avocado in. There's a couple that still need to be chopped up, but I think once I put the avocado in, it'll be just fine. I'm going to use a tablespoon and scoop out the avocado. Make sure that you don't get any of the shell, that you're only getting the pulp. Do that with both of them. And then once you're done with both of them, you can go ahead and turn on your food processor or your blender and mix it all up again. So you can go ahead and turn off the video right now while you make sure that you get a real smooth puree. Final thing I do for storing the baby food is I take a tablespoon and just take a tablespoon of the baby food and I put it on a cookie sheet that I've covered with wax paper, and I put them into what I call little pies. They're a lot easier to defrost than the ice cubes that some people make. So I just put them across about a tablespoon. That way I know how much baby's eating. If you have a little bit older child, you might want to go ahead and leave it a little chunky so that they can actually start tasting some of the chunks in it. So go ahead and put all of your baby food onto the wax paper, then stick this into the freezer. And once they're frozen, just peel the patties off and store them in a Ziploc bag and take them out to defrost when baby's ready to eat. They're going to love this delicious mixture, and it'll give their taste buds something new to try.